Hi Pisces, and welcome back to the channel. This is going to be your yearly 2019 love and general reading. Now this reading is for Pisces Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars and Venus. And if you are interested in a personal reading, please go to the description box below where all my details are. Now let's look at what you will be leaving behind in the year 2018, Pisces. Now I shuffle the cards and this card came out. We have the Ten of Wands, and these cards also came out. It's from my deck, the Love Your Inner Goddess Oracle cards to express your divine feminine spirit. All right, I love these cards. I keep saying it on the channel. I love the illustrations of these cards. Now let's look at the Ten of Wands for starters. I feel like you're leaving behind some sort of burden, stress, strain, something that was causing you anguish. I feel like some of you were going through a period in 2000, the ending of 2018, that was just too much burden for you. And although it was a burden for you, you still plodded along. You were still trying to, go with the tide. Now, for some of you, it could have been a job. You may have thought to yourself that you hated this job, you don't want to be in this job anymore, but at the same time, you needed to stay in the job because, it pays the bills. Others of you, you may have felt that, different areas of your life were a burden and you just couldn't see a way out of it. However, you just kept your head above water, hoping for the best, wishing for the best. But knowing deep down inside that this is not how life is supposed to be. I'm existing, I'm not living, wanting to see a better tomorrow, right? We also have medicine wisdom in the reverse. And we also have this card as well, Bright Destiny. Now, this Bright Destiny card indicates to me that you are in a period, I feel now, of learning that, I have control over my own destiny. Okay, and maybe before in 2018 you may have felt that you didn't have control of your own destiny because things were not going your way. Not for all of you, but for some of you, especially regarding this burdensome situation. You may have felt that, no matter how much times I try to manifest or meditate, things just don't go my way. Paired up with the Medicine Woman in reverse, I feel like you're leaving behind, also leaving things to fate, leaving things to Mother Nature, because this Medicine Wisdom card is a card of Mother Nature, and it is a number 28 card. And 28, if you add it together, 2 and 8 is 10. Take away the 0, leaves with a 1. So it indicates to me that yes, although you know that, sometimes things are left to fate, other times things are, we can control the outcome of our own destiny. I'm focusing on the number 1 here on this card, even though it's not here, but 2 and 8 is 10, take away the 0 is 1. So realizing that, okay, I went through that situation, but at the same time, I can dictate what happens in my life because ultimately it is my life. And, maybe some of you may have meditated, maybe some of you may have tried to manifest, like I mentioned before, and trying to look at new ways of manifesting. Maybe some of you could have been manifesting but still fearing the worst, and when you do that, it blocks the outcome anyway. But having a new outlook as to how you want to go into 2019, realizing yes, with life we have our ups, we have our downs. Sometimes things happen to us that are bad, and sometimes things happen to us that are good, but at the same time I can still try and control certain aspects of my life, not making it seem so burdensome, not existing, trying to enjoy my life, not being in a job that I don't enjoy. Some of you may have decided to look for other employments in other areas, or some of you may have tried to look at your job in a viewing your job in a different way, i.e. not looking at it as it's so burdensome, looking at it like, you know what, I actually get on, I have got a lot of friends in that job, I actually get on with my manager, or something along them lines, looking at things in a different way. and not wanting to feel that burden, that anxiety, that stress, like, oh my days, this is my life, I'm not enjoying it. That's the sort of feeling that I'm getting from this card. Wanting to close the door on that, not wanting to feel like that. And I feel like for some of you, this may have been going on for about 10 months for some of you, or like towards the ending of the year, like December, just feeling that it's just too much. And, you know, which allows you to feel to yourself, something needs to change. I need to dig deep. I can't just rely on fate. Okay, I can't just rely on destiny. I can do something about my reality also. That's what I feel like you guys will be leaving behind in 2018. Not fearing, you know, the outcome of your situation by taking control of it, if that makes sense to you. Yeah, that's what I feel like you guys will be leaving behind. Not just allowing things to play out and not having any sort of control over your outcome. All right, now let's move on to what will you be carrying moving forward. And we've got some really positive cards here for you. We have the Fool, we have the Star, and we have the Strength card. All major arcanas. All right, so some of you guys could be someone that is an Aquarius, a Leo. Could be very important to you guys. And I feel like because we were in the North Node in Leo in 2018 and the South Node in Aquarius, some of you may have those specific signs in your chart. And I feel like if you did have the North Node in your chart, or you were born around, don't know, say 1980 or 1981, or even a bit younger than that, like let's say 2000 or something, some of you may have, you know, you went for your North Node return and it could have affected you in a good way, because Leo is the sun, Leo shines. So maybe in your job, for some of you, you could have shined in your job. Maybe you met the love of your life last year. And I feel like whatever happened to you last year with the North Node and South Node being in Leo and Aquarius, you want to carry that through to this year. Okay, so maybe you made a lot of good connections last year, all right, and you felt a sense of, you know, being with like-minded people. Or maybe some of you could have felt a sense of, like I mentioned before, shining in certain areas of your life, shining in your relationships, going out with someone that was on the same level as you, going out with someone that you felt was your equal, meeting your match. Others of you, I feel like you was in some sort of spotlight. There was some sort of spotlight on you, maybe in your job. And I did mention before about finding, you know, maybe a job burdensome and so forth. And that could be for a small percentage of you. But for others of you, I feel like you want to move forward with this sort of popularity that you gained last year, or that you're starting to gain. And I feel like it will come from healing from what happened to you from 2018. And I done your January 2019. See, guys, bear with me, because we just transited into 2019, so I might slip up sometimes, right? But I feel like you're still going through a period of healing, but also a period of manifesting. Yeah, a lot of manifestations will be taking place, believing in yourself. And I feel like for some of you, you left behind the feeling of, oh, I can't do it, I'm manifesting but nothing's happening. But changing your outlook on situations, like rewiring your brain in a sense, right? And realizing that you do have the power to, you know, succeed in whatever avenue that you want to succeed in. And I see that you will be, because you'll be taking a leap of faith, going into the unknown, but feeling hopeful, feeling positive about the unknown, having strength about it also. The Strength card, these are very powerful cards you got here. And because it's in the part of what you will be carrying moving forward, this is what you can expect moving forward in any area of your life. I feel you'll have strength. You'll try and, you know, find your inner strength. You will be finding your inner strength, as well as, you know, trying to heal certain parts of yourself, to help you to move forward, as well as going on new ventures, going into new directions. Maybe last year made you feel quite burdened and trapped, like we just discussed, and now it's like you're breaking free, you know, going into the unknown and being hopeful. Hopeful is the key word here. Being hopeful about moving forward and hoping for the best and thinking positive about it as well. That's fantastic, Pisces, right? What is your aspirations for the year ahead, and what do you want to achieve? Again, I wanted one card, but 3 cards came out. So we have the 9 of Wands, Page of Swords, and the 8 of Pentacles. Okay, now let's look at the 9 of Wands. The aspirations that I feel like you want to achieve, looking at this card, is, you know, maybe some of you may want your own space. That's coming to mind, because as you can see, the man is very he's worried, he's nervous, he's scared, or he is actually scared. He doesn't want to step out into the unknown. And it's kind of contradiction to what I said about the Fool. The Fool is actually stepping out into the unknown. I feel like this is more of not wanting to go back to where you were in 2018. Whatever that burden may be. If it was a burdensome job for some of you, a burdensome situation, living area, relationship, there's something that you fear. Okay, there's a fear there of not wanting to go back to where you once were. And I feel for some of you it's more to do with the fact of having that fear of that feeling that you had towards the end of last year, or, you know, the beginning of last year. Sometime last year, there was a sort of fear of feeling very burdened, trapped, and overwhelmed with life. You don't want to go back to that anymore. I feel like you'll be working on yourself, continuing to work on yourself. Some of you may decide to change jobs, something that will gain you more money, give you more money. And I feel like some of you may want to just, you know, isolate yourself in a way, and not isolate yourself in a hermit sort of way, but work privately. So some of you may decide that you want to start your own business, yeah, something that requires you to work alone, right? And something that you may feel will gain you prosperity and abundance, something that you may have wanted to work on but you were fearful of working on, but you're feeling like now is the time. Some of you could have started this in 2018 as well. Okay, and we also have the Page of Swords. Page of Swords is indicating to me that, you know, you want whatever you're doing to be done in secret. It may require you to communicate with others, but you may do this job. It's funny because I've done Taurus's yearly reading. This came up as well. I believe you may do this job in secret, and this job may require you not to speak to others a lot. And I feel like it's some of you that want to work alone. You want to start your own business, and obviously if you work alone, you know, there's no one to speak to, unless you're making communications over the internet. So maybe you could just be making communications over the internet, but not necessarily working within an environment where there's people in the same office as you. I do see there will be minimal communication, and maybe a lot of research going into this project or whatever it is that you're doing. But I do see that your aspirations is to work maybe from home and to work alone, and you know, making the situation of the past fuel you not to go back to where you once were. And this will push you, this will guide you to do what you want to do, because you don't want to revisit where you once were. Okay, so now let's see what will empower you during the year. Now we have the Hierophant. Now maybe a Taurus person could be of significance to you, but I feel like looking at this card, it may empower some of you to seek some sort of counseling. That's what I first thought when I saw this card, and now it's tying in with the rest of what I just mentioned before. Some of you may seek some sort of counseling because you may, like I said, there's some sort of fear there about the past creeping back up on you. And this is urging you, if you do feel like you need to see one, to go and see a counselor, speak to somebody that you feel like you can trust. Some of you may be, you know, seeking out spiritual advice, and you may feel like this is, you know, this is more soothing to your soul, you know, to seek spiritual advice. Or some of you may be religious and going to see like a minister, a pastor, or something like that. Others of you, you may decide that you want to become like a counselor. You want to become some sort of spiritual advisor. Some of you may be into tarot, may start your own tarot card channel, right? Let's go back to this card. What will you want to achieve, right? And we've got this card, the Eight of Pentacles, whereby the man is working on his own. So some of you could be launching some sort of YouTube channel, right? Or to do with anything, but I feel like if it is the case, it could be a tarot channel, it could be an astrology channel, something along them lines, right? And I feel like looking at the Hierophant card, because it is a powerful card, it will empower you. Whatever you're working on will empower you. If you need to see a counselor, if you decide that you want to see a counselor, to speak to a spiritual advisor, it will empower you. Okay. And I feel like what's fueling you, like I mentioned, is what you're trying to escape from. You're trying to not revisit. Like, you just don't want to go there, right? And for others of you, excuse me, I feel as though maybe commitment could be of importance for you this year. Maybe some of you may feel like you want to settle down, you want to commit, you want to find a partner, or you want to find because I feel like some of you are coming into this year single, right? So maybe you might want to find a partner. You want to find someone that could be your husband or someone that can be your wife. That's one of your main focus, I feel. And I feel like if you are thinking about this, it will empower you, okay? And it will be very important for you as well. And for others of you, some of you may decide that you want to study, go back to college, go back to university, study something, okay? Maybe study law, maybe study science or counseling, psychology, something along them lines, something that's going to require you to work alone and to study alone and focus as well. All right. And tying up with the Page of Swords, this indicates to me that some of you may be studying because you will have to use the internet. Remember, the Page of Swords is someone that spies. So I feel like you may be using the internet to gain information for your course that you may want to study. All right. That's what just came to me right now. Now, let's see. And if you do want to do that, guys, if you do want to study, go back to college or university, I think it's a fantastic idea. And I feel like we're never too, we always need to learn, right? We always need to fuel our brains. We always need to gain knowledge. And if you've been thinking about it, which I see some of you are thinking about it, go for it, right? So let's see, what energy can you harness? The energies that you can harness throughout 2019, we have the Death card, all right? Please don't be alarmed, guys. Death card is a Scorpion card. So some of you could be dealing with a Scorpio, or a Scorpio could be of significance to you, right? Looking at this card, I feel like there has to be some sort of transformation that needs to take place with you, Pisces. And I do see that you want to go through some sort of transformation. This is what you will need to harness. This is what you will need to morph into. Yeah, I'm not saying morph into him on the card, but I'm saying you need to morph into a new phase in your life. And I see that you are going to. Some of you, for me, I feel like some of you are going to be going to see a counselor, because you know that there needs to be a change. You're trying to escape something. You're letting this situation fuel you, but at the same time, you know that it's, for some of you, not all of you, it could still be haunting you, right? And you may think to yourself, no matter how much times I try and work to forget about it, or, study to forget about it, it's still there. I keep thinking about it. So I feel like the change will be to see a counselor, to seek help, to speak about your problems, so you can really make that transition through your change. And I feel like it will be beneficial, because it will be, you'll transform yourself, as well as transform your outlook on life. And maybe some of you may not have spoken about your problems or even faced your problems. And by doing this will make you face your problems, so you're able to, lay the past behind, lay it to rest for good. So this is what it's urging you to do. Have that transformation. It will empower you. whatever that transformation may be, you will know listening to this. Now, I've decided to take out 4 cards and discuss certain areas of your life with the 4 cards. Now, we're going to be looking at love with this card, the first of the 4, and relationships, and we have the 2 of Cups in reverse. Okay, now this speaks of maybe some sort of disagreement and discord in a relationship with somebody. You could be dealing with a Cancerian person. Okay, it could be some sort of discord, it could be a separation. I'm just gonna say it because it's in the reverse, but I do see some sort of situation whereby you won't be seeing eye to eye with your partner. Now, you could be dealing with a Cancerian, or you know, you could have Cancer in your chart, but I feel like this is a Venus in Cancer card. So maybe if you know someone with a Venus in Cancer, there could be some sort of discord, some lack of trust with this person. And maybe you may feel like your partner's not sharing enough emotions, and you may not be sharing your emotions either. In terms of relationships with friends and siblings, this could also be like some sort of disconnect as well. And it could be a disconnect in a sense of you taking that time out for yourself and focusing on your study and focusing on your new project, focusing on your new business. In regards to your health, 2 of Cups, this could indicate that, you know, you need to really try and focus on what it is that you need to do to make yourself feel and look better in regards to what you're eating. Okay, I'm not no, you know, healthy eating guru, but I'm just reading what this card's saying to me. Some of you may feel like you're lacking in, you know, giving your body what it actually needs, and some of you may have to revisit, you know, your eating habits. Okay, so it's the new year, I want to eat this and I don't want to eat that anymore. So it's all, I feel like it's all tied with self-love. So some of you could be overeating because of stresses or problems that you could have in your life. Okay, and not really giving your body the nutrients that it needs and that it deserves. So there could be like some sort of dip there, and if that is the case, then obviously you guys know what to do in that regard. But I feel like because some of you may be doing this project or this working, you know, alone, you could just be snacking on things. So this card could indicate that, you know, although you might be working alone and you could be working long hours, you still need to give your body the things that it needs. Okay, in terms of your wealth, 2 of Cups in reverse, this could indicate that 2 things. Your wealth may, you know, be quite disconnected at times, in a sense of sometimes there will be money, other times there may not be money, especially if you're starting your own business. It may not, I mean, when you do your own business in general, people don't make, you know, you don't make a success within the first week on the same day. So that if that's the case, then it's indicating that to me that there may be a few ups and downs only for that small number of you that are trying to start out your own business. The money won't come straight away. Okay, so that's why I feel that there's going to be a disconnect as well. But I do see that you will still be plodding along, still going with the flow and still going with it, hoping to, you know, make sure everything is more, the cash flow is like coming in on a regular basis, right? That's for some of you. Others of you, if you are doing this course and so forth, you may decide that, you know, you want to pay in installments. I don't know why that came to me, but it just came to me, right? And in terms of your spirit, again, I feel like some of you may be feeling quite spiritually depleted, because of obviously some sort of stresses and so forth. But I do feel like some of you will be going to speak to somebody about it. If it's not a counselor, then someone that you trust, like a father figure, a mother figure, a cousin, an uncle, or a brother. Feeling like emotionally depleted, but going back to the first card, knowing that you have the power inside as well. So, you know, just trying to learn more about yourself. I feel you're trying to learn about yourself more this year spiritually, right? Because none of us are 100%. Like, You know, we always have to learn about ourselves. You know, life is a journey, right? And then your home life, I feel like for some of you, again, there could be some sort of discord within your home life. Some of you may decide to separate with a partner. Some of you may be not seeing eye to eye with a partner. Doesn't mean that it's going to continue for the whole year, right? Because we've still got 3 more other cards to look at in these same areas that I'm talking about now. All right. Feeling that you can't connect, and maybe feeling that you're not connecting with your home, feeling that maybe I need to move, or maybe I need to do something to my house because I'm not connecting with my home. Something along them lines. Now let's look at the next card, and we have the King of Pentacles. This is a very positive card, guys. Maybe a Taurus could be of significance to you. Now, King of Pentacles with your love life, I feel like for some of you, your love life will be stable. And I'm pairing this up with the Hierophant. Remember I spoke about wanting to commit. So I feel like for some of you, you may find that commitment that you seek. All right. With a Taurus person or someone that has got a lot of earth energy, you'll feel that commitment that you seek, and you'll feel stable within this partnership. You'll feel like this is someone that I can grow with. This is someone that actually would like to take care of you as well. If it's a female as well, this person is very financially secure. If it's a male, this person is very financially secure, and you will feel as though you can grow and you can build with this person. This person seems like they are a worker, and this person may even own their own business as well. And you may meet this person maybe online or something for some of you, and you feel like, you know what, this person is like on the same wavelength as me. We think the same. We both want security. We both want, you know, commitment. We both want to settle down. That's what I'm feeling. In terms of your friendships and siblings, with your siblings and friends, I feel like it will be very stable this year with you all. Throughout the whole year, I feel like it'll be very stable. And I feel like, you know, you will feel like I've met my companions for life. These are my soul group, even though this is a Pentacles card, but that's what I'm feeling. I met my soul group. I feel secure. I feel stable. I feel comfortable with these people. That's fantastic for Pisces. See, maybe a Taurus is important to you guys. In terms of your health, there's going to be some sort of stability with your health. Maybe deciding to, you know, eat, I don't know, eat veg, I feel. That's just come to mind for some of you. Some of you may decide to go vegan, all right? Because remember, Pentacles is connected to the earth. So maybe you may find that eating raw food will be more beneficial for you. Feeling the disconnect in this card, like, what is it that I need to do? What is it that I need to change about my diet? Some of you may find that eating more greens is more beneficial for you because it has more vitamins as well. And in terms of your wealth, I feel like, well, boy, you guys are going to be rolling in it. You may not see this financial abundance in the first half of the year, but within the second half of the year, your money will, I feel, will begin to pick up. You'll feel very stable, which is going to allow you to want to work even more. For others of you, if you're in a job, you will find that you may become promoted for some of you. Because Pisces, Jupiter is in Pisces 10th house, and 10th house rules, you know, career, the spotlight being on you. So don't be surprised, Pisces, if you get promoted as well. Don't be surprised if your boss takes notice of you and says, you know what, I really like the way you work, I want to give you more money, etc. Don't be surprised if, you know, the second half of the year, your business does actually take off. You will be admired for your and this card is saying that as well. You will be admired for what you do within a job, whether that's working for yourself or whether that's working for a company. You know, your attributes and talents will be acknowledged, and I do see it will be gaining you some sort of wealth as well. So money will be coming your way. And in terms of your spirit and home, with the King of Pentacles, I feel like you'll be very grounded. Some of you could decide to be doing a lot of meditation, going for walks in the park, getting in touch with greenery, etc. When things get too burdensome for you, deciding to be in touch with nature, going for a walk in the park, sitting down and just really feeling into the earth and just meditating, or just sitting still, getting a journal and just writing out your thoughts and feelings. But I do see that you'll be getting in touch with nature as well. Some of you may have earth in your chart, you know. And home life, again, stable home life. I don't really see a move here, but I feel like wherever you are, you'll make sure that your environment is very stable. You'll make sure that your surroundings are very comfortable. Maybe putting a lot of money into your home, maybe redecorating for some of you as well. Very positive, right? Now let's go on to the Queen of Swords in terms of your love life and relationships. Queen of Swords is a person that takes no bull, right? So in terms of your love life, I do see that you will be vocalizing your opinions, vocalizing how you feel about situations. It might come across a bit harsh at times, all right? Hence why we've got the Two of Cups in the reverse. That's a bit of discord and some sort of partnership that you're in. Some of you could be dealing with a Aquarius as well, a Gemini or a Libra. I do see some sort of communication taking place. A lot of maybe harsh words, I feel, because I said that first and that's what I feel. Maybe harsh words, maybe cutting people off as well, because Queen of Swords is a person that does not mince her words, and if she's not happy about something, you've got to go. Okay. But also more than that, I feel like there will be a lot of trying to understand, not on an emotional level but more on an intellectual level, trying to be more mentally aware with what your partner's trying to convey to you. Okay. So feeling that some of you could be dealing with like an earth sign or like a air sign, but feeling like trying to connect emotionally to my partner is just not going to work, so I need to connect mentally with them, right? I do see a lot of communication though also. I also see that for some of you, you may be cutting someone out that is of an air sign out of your life this year. Others of you, in terms of friendship, again, you could be cutting out friends, telling them things that you held in for so long. That's what I feel. And just trying to be more real with yourself. Maybe some of you may have held these feelings back, but I just see that you're being more real with yourself. Some of you could have air in your chart as well, right? In terms of your health and wealth, your health will be, maybe your health might be quite strict. You might decide, okay, I'm not eating this, I'm not eating that, I'm gonna eat that though. I see that sort of thing taken into play. Maybe doing some research on the food that you're eating or want to eat, and just being very diligent. I know this is not a Virgo card, a Hermit card, but I see you being very diligent, maybe doing a lot of research as to how you want to move forward in regards to your health. Even if you find out about a new exercise regime, researching it first on the internet, and maybe questioning it. Why is that good for me? How would it affect me in the long run? Something along them lines. In terms of your wealth, I do see that there'll be a lot of communications. Again, some of you could be starting your own business, which will require you to be in communication with people over the internet. Being very boss-like, right? Being very business-minded, not getting emotional about your thing. If a customer's not, for instance, if you guys are starting your own business and a customer's not, you know, trying to cut corners, you won't feel no way to cut them off, okay? Speaking to people of a high authority, going back to the Hierophant card, so you could be communicating with, say, sponsors and so forth, which will require you to be in boss mode. Okay, so just knowing how to deal with customers and clients, and just owning your energy, owning the Queen of Swords energy, being respected as well, being respected amongst your peers as well. Not in a scary way, but people will know they can't really mess with you. You know, you can be all happy and stuff, but I feel like the focus for you guys is money and stability, as well as making sure your situation works out for you, because again, you don't want to go back to where you once were, right? Also, spirit and home. Your spirit, you'll be very spiritually alert. Again, knowing when to do something and when not to do something, when to, you know, show up and when not to show up. Okay, sussing people out, and again, knowing when to distance yourself and cut people off, and knowing when to align yourself with people. And in terms of your home, a lot of changes going on in the home. A lot of changes. I feel like there'll be a lot of changes doing up the home. making quick, sharp decisions about how you want your home to be. Um, Not backing down from it as well. So maybe some of this sort of discord could be to do with a partner not agreeing on how to do a home up, not agreeing on a move, although I don't really see a move, but just sticking to your guns and, you know, making sure that your opinions are heard. Now let's move on to this card. This is the last of the pile of the subjects that we're speaking about, sorry. And we have the Knight of Wands, the Six of Wands, and the King of Wands. So maybe a Leo could be of importance to you, as well as a Sagittarius. Now, in terms of your love life, need I say any more? Knight of Wands. I do see a lot of passion. Some of you could be dealing with a fire sign person, specifically, sorry, a Sagittarius and a Leo, right? Some of you could be dealing with a fire sign person, and this person could bring a lot of passion into your life. I see a lot of maybe traveling. Some of you could decide to travel. And, you know, the Knight of Wands is a Sagittarius card, and Jupiter has gone into Sagittarius. So maybe during this time that Jupiter has transited into Sagittarius, and it is in your 10th house, by the way, like I mentioned before, I do see that, you know, it's going to affect you in a beneficial way. All right. So you will, you know, I feel like there's going to be some sort of breaking free from something, and I feel like you may decide to travel somewhere. Some of you could even decide to travel abroad to see a love. You may have a long distance relationship with someone that is a fire sign, or could have energies of a fire sign. It could be some sort of long distance relationship, and you decide that you want to travel to go and spend some time with them this year, right? Maybe this month, but I see that this year that sort of situation could be happening. I also feel like there will be a lot of passion within this relationship that you're in, if you're dealing with this Leo person or Sagittarius person. And this relationship will bring you guys a lot of prestige. Like I said, if it's the King of Pentacles, or someone that has the King of Pentacles energy, this person could have a lot of money, and they could be very well respected within their within their environment, and you both could be very well respected within your relationship with each other. People could look up to you, like you guys are like the hot boy and a hot girl sort of thing. A lot of people could admire both of you, and because if you're both doing your own thing, i.e. creating your own businesses, people within your circle may know about you and respect both of you. And then knowing that you're both together, it's like, oh wow, did you know such and such are together and they're both doing this, and you know, something along them lines. But I feel like you could be dealing with someone that is a Leo. Doesn't have to be, could be a Saggy, but this person is like very charismatic, handsome, an entrepreneur. He could have many businesses. Okay, this person is very ambitious as well, and this person may push you, you may push each other, but a Leo or Sagittarius is going to be of importance to you this year. And I feel like you'll feel like your fire is ignited as well with this person. It's going to be a very passionate connection that you have with this person. This person is going to make you feel so alive. They're so fun. I feel they're so fun and exciting. There's a lot of excitement around this relationship. If you guys haven't met this person already, I feel like you guys may meet this person over the internet for some of you, and you may go and travel to see this person. Okay. And this person is very, very well respected. In terms of your friendships, I feel like you'll be going out with your friends to different restaurants. Maybe you didn't get a chance to do that last year, but this year, siblings and friends, you'll be going out to different restaurants, traveling with them as well. Maybe not abroad, but just going to different places that you didn't really get a chance to do for a long time, and feeling, you know, feeling very happy within your friendships, feeling very happy within your relationships with your family members, feeling as though, and some of you could be like the head of the family, and you know, feeling that you're respected as well within your peers, amongst your peers, feeling that you're respected, and not like to say in a conceited way like I want to be respected, but more of a way of like, you know, I feel like people really rely on your opinions, and you could be like the head of that group that you're in terms of like friendships and like with your siblings, etc. Okay. But I do see very, very positive, very passionate, and a lot of excitement as well in terms of your love life and your friendships. And And also, let's see what's going on with your health. Some of you may decide to take up a sport that requires you to do a lot. Like, some of you may decide to go to the gym. Some of you have an idea in mind of how you want to look. King of Wands, someone that takes great, you know, interest in how he appears to others. So some of you may decide that. And also Six of Wands as well, someone that people look up to. Some of you may decide, you know what, I really need to go and change my image. Some of you may decide to change your image, especially if you are working in this sort of position of power where a lot of people look up to you. And some of you may decide to do a sport that requires you to sweat a lot, like maybe horse riding, or maybe boxing, squash as well. Some of you may decide that you want to go to the steamer. I don't know why it comes to mind, right? Just go to the steamer because you have this idea of how you're going to look, but it could be like something to do with something that is a quick fix, but it will make you sweat. So I'm thinking steamer, okay? In terms of your wealth, I do see abundance for you all. I do see that people will be taking notice of your talents and your skills. Some of you, again, your job may require you to change different locations, so you may not stay in the same place at the same time. You may have to travel, all right, with your job, but at the same time, wherever you're traveling to, it will be like nice locations, okay? And it looks very positive, Pisces. I know the beginning part was like a bit dodgy, but it seems like it's working out. And in terms of your spirits will be, you'll be in high spirits. I feel like you'll try and keep a positive mind throughout the year. And I do see that you'll be doing that because we have Six of Wands, Knight of Wands, and King of Wands. Realizing that, like I mentioned before, you are in control of your destiny as well as Mother Nature, but you work alongside Mother Nature, the universe, and God, whoever you believe in. Realizing that, which will help you spiritually, finding help outside, you know, of yourself at times when you feel like you need to speak to someone, seeing a counselor, talking to a family member or a friend that you trust. Being on high spirits, building yourself up to help you pursue what you want to pursue. Okay, so that is fantastic. I see a lot of manifestations here for you guys. And your home life, again, your home life will represent you, how you're feeling. And I feel like, coupled with the Six of Wands, your home life may look like a show home to some of you. You may decide, you know what, I don't want my house to look like this anymore. We need a makeover. So you will do that, and your house will look very, very, to me, I'm feeling show home for some of you, right? And you may do this quickly. It could be a quick, but I see that throughout the year, you will be working on your home, but you may decorate your house very quickly. And I feel like once you do that, you know, a lot of people will be like, wow. And I don't feel like you're doing it to please others. You want to do it to please yourself because you want to feel stable this year. You want to feel comfortable within your surroundings. But I do feel like people will be like, wow, like, you know, Pisces really went in with their house. Your house looks amazing. Okay, I'm not saying it's going to be a situation whereby people are going to be too scared to sit down in your house, but I do see that your house will be looking amazing, Pisces, right? If that's what you want to do. People will be respecting you within your jobs. People will be respecting you with how you know, made your house. And I feel like more so for some of you, people will be respecting you because of what you overcame. Some people may know what you overcame and they see that the massive turnaround. Remember, Death card, a rebirth. They'll be like, wow, you inspire me, Pisces. You inspire me, right? Now let's look at the lessons that, the focus point of the year. Again, the focus point of the year is the Queen of Pentacles. You could be dealing with a Taurus again. So some of you could be dealing with this person. This person could be your partner. But more than that, I feel like the focus point of your year will be the Pentacles, trying to attain more wealth, trying to gain more wealth. Some of you, again, if you're doing your own business, I feel like obviously you want to build on your wealth, build on your contacts, and make sure that you're more stable within your surroundings. So focus for you guys is money and home, I feel. Others of you, yeah, this specific lady may be of importance to you, okay? But I do see, for me personally, looking at this card, although I haven't got any Pisces in my chart at all, only in my 5th house, in my, you know, the houses chart, but in my actual natal chart, I haven't got any Pisces. But I feel for you guys that the Queen of Pentacles, focusing on your Pentacles, is your main focus this year. Okay, and we've got the King and the Queen, so I do see that this is of significance. So I do feel like you guys will be attaining some sort of wealth. Okay, now let's look at lessons that you will learn over the coming year. And we have Temperance in reverse, and because it's in reverse, it feels to me, and it is, that this is a lesson that you have yet to overcome. So Temperance speaks of someone feeling balanced. Again, some of you could be dealing with a Sagittarius, right? So some of you may encounter this Sagittarius again, if it is a Sagittarius, right? And you know, to me, it's two things. Sagittarius going into Jupiter, going into Sagittarius. It's going to be highlighting your work, right? Where you work, how people view you, being in the spotlight. So some of you may find this overwhelming, not used to this sort of admiration, okay? This is saying, if that's the case, just to find balance within it. Try and find peace within it. Try and find peace within yourself as well. Try and acknowledge that if that is the case, people are admiring you, and you know you're overwhelmed with all this admiration, just realize that it's because of your hard work and you deserve it. Because for some of you, I feel like it'll be a bit of a shock, and also you will feel like you don't deserve. You do deserve because of your hard work, and I feel like you would have been plodding along to get to the point of where you will get to. So this is like saying to you all that you would need to overcome feeling unbalanced about your position of being in that spotlight, being admired, being sought after, being looked up to. All right. Others of you, I feel like, you know, that sort of fear of that burden that you endured in 2018, you could be fearing that and feeling quite unbalanced. Again, if that is the case, ground yourself. Remember what I said in the King of Pentacles. I see that you'll be grounding yourself. Ground yourself, meditate, write in your journal if you have one, or go and speak to a counselor or a doctor or a friend or family member, anyone that you trust, okay? Because I see some sort of imbalance occurring here. Others of you, you could have came into 2019 trying to get away from a Sagittarius. Remember the 10 of Wands, right? And this person could make an appearance, and maybe you may have to learn a lesson from this person, whatever that lesson may be, okay? And it could be an on and off relationship that had occurred since last year. So let's look at card number 12, and it shows you what you're going to expect throughout the whole year. Amazing. I know you're not really, as a tarot card reader, supposed to get like too emotionally involved, but I want everyone to win. Do you know what I mean? So we have Justice card, and we have the 8 of Wands. So if you guys, off the bat, if you guys are dealing with this Sagittarius person, they will be making a lot of appearances this year. And I do see like a long distance relationship with this, and maybe the burden for some of you, not for all, could have been attached to the fact that you are in a long distance relationship and it was overwhelming you. Because I feel like some of you are coming into the year like almost single, and even though you're in a relationship with this person, it could be a long distance relationship, and the burden could be attached to the fact that you're not as one, you're not together. But I do see that you will be stabilizing that, and I do see that some of you want some sort of commitment, maybe commitment with this Sagittarius person, and I feel like you will get that, Pisces, because we've got the Justice card as well. All right, but let's just focus on this 8 of Wands. A lot of back and forth communication, maybe a lot of back and forth traveling. Remember, I mentioned that as well. Knight of Wands, I see that you'll be traveling to go and see someone. There will be a lot of passionate communications, also passionate meetings as well. But I do see that you'll be traveling to see someone will be traveling to see you, someone will be sending incoming messages towards you. You'll be gaining justice from the situation. So if it is that job that you want to do, you want to work for yourself, I feel like you'll gain justice from this project, this, you know, new job that you want to do, a new job that you're moving into. Some of you may decide to become a lawyer. Some of you may decide to become a counselor, a psychologist. I see that some of you will be taking on some sort of higher learning, and you'll gain justice from it in the long run. Not to say at the end of the year you'll see the fruit of all your labor, but throughout the years you'll see where this course will take you. Okay, this course may take you 2 years to pass, but you'll be gaining justice from it. You'll be doing well with your studying. Okay, others of you, again, if you are wanting to commit to somebody, whether it's this earth sign Leo or the Sagittarius, I see some sort of justice coming through with that. Some of you could be dealing with an air sign person. You will gain some sort of justice from a situation with this air sign person as well. Some of you may have something to do with a court or something like that. Some sort of documents. I don't know why it's come to mind, but whatever the case may be, and it could be tied into wanting to study law. Okay, it could be something as simple as that, which may require you to go into a court to do your pupillage. I don't know if you call that you call it pupillage in other countries like in America or Australia, but in England we call it the pupillage. Some of you guys may decide that you want to become a barrister, all right, which requires you to do things like staying in courts and so forth. But I do see whatever you guys want to do, you're going to gain justice from that. And we also have on your own terms. What an amazing way to end the reading. And it's numbered 35, and 3 and 5 is 8, which is an affinity number, meaning endurance, continuing. So I see that some sort of study will be continuing, guys. Okay, if you are studying, maybe 2 years of studying. And, you know, I do see that you'll gain some sort of justice with a situation. Maybe this person may decide that they want to stay with you instead of you going back and forth to see each other. This person may decide that, you know what, I'm coming to you now. I'm going to stay with you. I'm going to settle down with you. We don't have to do this back and forth situation anymore. And I feel like you'll be like the cat that got the cream at the end of the year. You're going to look back at 2019 and feel like, you know what, I did it. I did it. I trusted in myself and I did it. Because at the beginning, I feel like some of you are coming into the year not feeling like you could do it. But then realizing that I know I've got to dig deep. And I know it's going to take me a while, but I'm going to get there. And this card, it says it all, on your own terms, feeling determined, knowing that you had the power all along. It said, she waited a real long time to be saved until one day she decided to save herself. It was a very good day. Pisces, I feel like you will do it. Okay, I'm going to leave it there.